California sober. What does it mean? Did it work for me? Could it work for you? Maybe. Hi there. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about being California sober and why it didn't work out for me. For starters, what is California sober? Cali sober? It's a few things to a few different people, is really my understanding. There's this American singer, Demi Lovato. She has a song about it. For her, it means she can drink alcohol and smoke weed. For her, that's California sober. And for her, that is a harm reduction technique to get herself off of these super deadly opiates. I think she had like a fentanyl kind of overdose situation. So whatever, it really scared her. And she's like, I gotta get off the drugs. Oh no, wait. Oh no, wait, I can't get off everything. So I don't know her situation, but whatever. So alcohol and weed was included in her version of California sobriety. For me, California sober, I just thought of it more as like plant medicine. And I include weed in plant medicine. And so for me, I thought of being California sober as a way to just be absolutely done with alcohol but have, like, kind of give myself a little room, to smoke weed. Because multiple sclerosis, led me to this medical marijuana prescription, and, I think it really did help my MS, but I think I also really did become addicted to it. So I know that someone such as Joe Rogan thinks it's not at all physically addictive, marijuana. He thinks that. But I disagree. I beg to differ, Mr. Rogan. He has suggested that it's psychologically addictive, and yes, absolutely. But for me, it's been physically addictive. Every time I get off of it, I suffer these horrible withdrawals, physical withdrawals, as well as wow, I become so irritable. And that lasts for a week or two. But, anyway, so I tried this California sober thing, and why it didn't work for me? Well, because I'm addicted to the drug that I was calling myself California sober with. And, I kind of was more joking when I would say that, because it's just kind of a fancier way to say California stoner. It really became my experience with it. I was like, oh, I'm just still continuing my addictive behavior as a California sober person. I was not sober at all. And another thing, like, why it didn't work for me, it's like my brain was always just still so foggy with cannabis. Like, even if maybe I didn't smoke for that day or whatever, but it's like my mind would be so foggy. And, like, maybe something would happen, and it would be like a trigger that would have normally, caused me to drink alcohol in the past. And then it's like when I was so foggy, and if I wasn't in a place where I could have weed, or it's like I would just be like, oh, well, I need a drink, or like whatever. Sometimes it wouldn't even be a conscious thought. It was like, and then it felt unconscious, and then suddenly I was like at some store buying a beer or something, and then once I have that one beer, well, then it's anybody's guess how long that bout of drinking is gonna last. I'm a full-blown alcoholic, baby, and you know what? I also learned I have severe. This was a branding from some doctor at UCLA. Severe cannabis use disorder as well, which I didn't find out about until after I tried this California sobriety stuff. So anyway, I think that California sober, I think it can be maybe fine if your addiction isn't the thing, isn't weed. I think it could be helpful for someone who is maybe like really severely enmeshed with opiates. What a horrible. I'm so grateful that I've never suffered those withdrawals, and it's not even just the withdrawals. It's like, I think, kind of reintroducing themselves back into just like some semblance of a normal life. And then they'll use cannabis as part of their recovery, really. It's like cannabis recovery. And cannabis is much less harmful than some of these things. But for me, it's like, it was the harm. It was the most harmful thing, really, in my life. Like, once I got the alcohol kind of sorted out and just sorted out of my life where it belongs, then it's just like, well, then I was just California stoner, and I just wasn't feeling like I could, get myself to where I really want to be in life. So for me, California sober, it wasn't sober at all. I just was stoned and not really able to make great decisions. And so I think it's something to be careful with. Potentially, it's just like, how serious are you? Like, what's your goal? Do you want to have like completely clear mind and kind of do life on life's terms, as they say, or and I'm not going to make any judgments on anyone and anyone's choices, but it's like, for me, it just didn't work for me, and my therapist kind of laughed when I mentioned, the harm reduction with cannabis. Like, she kind of laughed because it's like, it is my problem. One of them, this cannabis stuff, and the thing is, like, I'm really grateful for when it did help me. It has been very helpful in the past, actually. I would say like 10 years ago, 12 years ago, it really did help me. It really helped my MS. It helped my creativity. I would actually get these ideas that really I think even helped with the healing from MS. Maybe I'll make a video about the ideas I got that helped with the healing. But overall, it just right now, so where I'm at now, I need to be not California sober. For me, I need to be sober. So I'm excited to find out what's gonna happen, and I'll share with you a little bit more about this journey as the days and weeks roll on. But anyway, California sobriety did not work for me. It was not sobriety, and it can be dangerous, but it can also be good. It totally depends where you're at on whatever spectrums, and for me, didn't work. Absolutely not. Thank you for listening. Maybe this helped somebody. I hope so. That's really my only goal here, is to help. Maybe I'm helping myself. Maybe. Anyway, thanks guys. Bye.